And after Times Now spoke to Commander V.K. Jaitley, who said that he was there on board and that he was a witness. We've also spoken to former Navy official Harinder Sikka. Sikka is popular for authoring the book Calling Sehmat and also for film Razi. He spoke to my colleague Mayuk. Here's that conversation.
So tell me, you were there at that point of time when this INS Viraat and the erstwhile Prime Minister's journey or this travel was there. Just tell us about the objections raised at that point of time, since you were making an explosive comment on this. What was the allegation, sir, about that point of time? Can you recall?
So what I can say to you is that at that point of time, Navy ships, this was one of the prime ships for us, warship for us. Even the serving naval officers were not allowed sometimes to visit Virat, the wardroom or the deck, because of security reasons. Now Rajiv Gandhi as Prime Minister sailing on that ship was one aspect of life, but his wife was a foreign national, and there was no question of foreigner. That's correct. So for a foreign national to sail on board warship and be privy to what happens inside the operations rooms and various other decks, kind of aircraft we are using, what kind of trials we are doing on various parts of life, because when a ship comes from western shores and it has to be adapted to Indian waters. The gradient in the Indian waters are different than those of the western shores. Various kind of sonars equipment, tactical equipment. You are not allowed to bring in a civilian guest on board. So naval officers at that time were restricted to visit that ship.
So who all raised the
many naval
objections?
Officers had. You see, openly we cannot raise any query on that. Openly it will be called a mutiny. If he raised, but many officers raised issues. I personally had asked my own commanding officer at that time, what the hell is this happening? He says, it's the Prime Minister, we better keep shut. So this is how life is. This is what transpired in those times, and it was highly objectionable. It is not done. Even today it is not done. The Prime Minister of our country can visit, but if his wife is not from Indian contingent, from Indian citizen, she is not allowed. Period. It is not your family ship, that private yacht that you can take to Bangaram and so on and so forth.
And was there any specific report of Prime Minister using the Navy resources for personal use?
It was widely spread. You see, if you take a pin from the Navy ship, the word spreads like wildfire. It may not happen in 24 hours, it will happen in 72 hours, but it will happen for sure. So when you use naval infrastructure, you use it for your,
I'm
visits to
specifically
private
asking whether
islands.
that was for personal use, sir.
Yes, it was for personal use.
And
when I
what was the nature of that personal use, sir?
To visit Bangaram and have a holiday.
All right.
Celebrate a new year or celebrate an eve or celebrate some function. Who will stop you? You are the Prime Minister.
So you were saying that at that point of time, Navy and lots of Navy officers raised this, objected to this kind of
independently, individually, yes.
All right.
It caused heartburns to all of us that we cannot visit the Navy warships, newly acquired warships, because of security reasons. Then here is a foreign national who is visiting, and she's visited not only one naval ship, she's visited many other security-driven, controlled depots or Air Force jets and various establishments which were not permitted to have, before a bird flies on them, you have to be checked. That kind of scenario.
Got it, sir. Thank you, sir, for speaking to Times Now, sir.